the channel. This is Waga. We will continue with where we left off, building our chat app. But before that, like and subscribe, share the video, start the repository, and leave a comment if you have a comment or a suggestion. And we are going to continue where we were, and we are going to be working on our messaging page of our chill app. This is the finalized version, what we hope to achieve, and that's what we're going to continue working on. For creating our page, we need to create the chat widget. The chat widget is what you can see on the page right now. This is the chat widget. So how you can interact with it is if you click on it, of course, you go to a one-on-one chat with the person you've clicked on. If you long press on it, you get this, whether you're given the option of either deleting it or not deleting it. So basically this is this, and it will have a short snippet as a preview of what the last message was, right? So basically that is what the chat widget is, and that is what we're going to build. Yeah, and for that we could come here to the lib folder, go to the UI, go to the widgets, right click here, create a new, let me just do it, a new dat file, call it chat, like so. And that's where we're going to be working from. Let's continue. And what we're going to have is, this is going to be a stateful widget, primarily because we want to initialize the messaging repository using the init state. That is the primary reason we're going to make it a stateful widget. So for that, we could just type stful, like so, and this is going to be chat widget, like so. And to stop it from complaining, we're going to import the required. Why isn't it showing? Okay, let's just do it the old-fashioned way. We could say flutter material dot, like so. And after that, we're going to create, we're going to take 3 variables. Yeah, we're going to have 3 variables here that we consider. That is the user ID, the selected user ID, and the time the message was created or sent, right? So we could create these fields. We could say they're all final, so we'll create 2 on one line and then 1 on the other, because 2 are strings. So you could say string, this is going to be user ID, like so, and then selected user ID, like so. And then the next one is going to be, we could say timestamp, like so. And it's going to be creation time. We could call it creation time, like so. And it's complaining because we've not created the constructor, so we could do that. And we could get rid of this and get rid of these keys, like so. Yeah, and we could save that, like so. And so we have created the various fields. This is going to be user ID, selected user ID, and the creation time, and we'll continue from there. We're going to have to create a chat model that will give us information about what our chat is supposed to look like. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to come here, and we're going to go to the models folder. Let's just close everything, then open it, and it's going to be spread out, and we're going to go to models, and just a second. And in the models, we're going to right click and we're going to create a new dart file. This new dart file is going to be called chat, like so. And after that, we are going to now describe what our chat should look like, what information it should contain, etc, etc. It's basically, I think this is our last, yeah, this is our last model. So basically just the chat. We're almost finishing. Continue. Our chat is going to have, let's call it class chat, and it's going to have a few fields which are strings, and we could say string name photo URL, last message photo, like so. and after that it's going to be last message, like so. Those are the strings, and the next one is timestamp, like so, and we import the Cloud Firestore, and this is going to be of type that, like so. And we could create the constructor, say chat save us a bit of time, say command and say constructor, select all of them, hit OK, like so. And why has this timestamp been displaced? So we could cut that out, move this, oh god, why can't I select it? Okay, let's do that, cut, come back up, paste it like so, and we can hit command save, give ourselves a more real estate. It looks weird when it's in more than one line, like so, and make this named parameters. We could do this and come here and do this, like so. So this is basically what our chat is going to look at. It's going to have the name, it's going to have the photo URL, the last message photo, the last message, and a timestamp. Basically that, yeah. So let's get kicking and go back to our chat widget with our chat widget. So we continue with our chat widget, and we can come down here and we can create a couple of fields. The first one, of course, is we should have the message repository, and this is going to be message repository, which is going to be instantiate. We don't have to say new, of course, since that's 2.0. If you're working with before that you had to say new, but with that 2.0 you don't have to say new. So we can get rid of that, give ourselves more real estate, and we can continue. We're also going to bring in the chat model that we just built up, and also let's go back to our model, and message like that. Okay, fine. Let's just go and we create. Where is our chat? No, not this. It's our widget. Well, I'm looking for the widget. This is chat widget. Okay, yes. Here it is. Let's continue. And here we could have chat, and this is going to be chat, like so. And we need to import this, of course, and we can come here and import, like so. And we can have user, bring in the user and the chat models, like so. And we need to import this, like so, and we have imported it. And after that we're going to create a method to get information about the user that we can use. Yeah, that's what we're going to do next. We're going to create a method to get the user detail, and for that let's give ourselves a bit more real estate, like so. Move this to the side, like so, and we could say get user detail, and it's not going to take any arguments. It's going to be an async method, like so. And first we're going to get the user is going to be, we're going to await the messages repository, and in it we're going to get the user detail, and the user detail we're going to get it from, it takes in a user ID, and we're going to reach up to get it. So we could say dot selected user, widget dot selected user, the one that is up here, selected user, like so. And after that we're going to come down here and we are going to say message, and this is going to await the instance of messages, await dot message, message await message, right, and it's helping along message repository, like so. And here we're going to get the get dot get is going to be of not await dot dot, sorry, it's supposed to be await, like so. And we could say message repository dot get get user detail. Yeah, get user detail. And this no, get last message, sorry, we have already done get user detail. Get last message, like so. And the last message is going to need the current user ID and the selected user ID, and we can get both of them from up here, the user ID and the selected user ID. So we are going to say dot current user ID, this is going to be widget dot user ID, like so. And after that we're going to have the selected user ID, which is going to be the widget dot selected user ID, like so. And then we're going to catch any errors. It's going to be of type message, like so. So after that we are going to catch any errors. We could say dot catch error, and we're going to check the error, and all we're going to do is just print it to the console. Just colon there and say print, and this is going to be error, like so. Put a semicolon here, and basically that is that. So we have created a method that will get the details of the user. We'll get the user and the message, right? So we'll get the last message, and we'll also get the details of the user. What we're going to do first is we're going to check if the message here, this message that has been created, if there's anything in it. So we could say if message is null, what we're going to do is we're going to return chat, and the name is going to be user.name, like so. The photo URL is going to be user.photo, like so. The last message is going to be set to null, like so. Let me just get rid of this so that you can see. It can be sometimes annoying. The last message photo is going to be set to null, like so. The timestamp is going to also be set to null, like so. And we're going to put a semicolon here, and come to the end of this and say else. That means that the message is not equal to null. We are going to return, that is, there's something, return chat, and we could copy this. I believe it's just we could just copy this, like so. Come here and copy, paste, put a semicolon at the end of this, and we could say the name is user.name, the photo is photo URL is user.photo, the last message is message.text. We could say message.text. The last message photo is message.photo URL, message.photo photo URL, like so. And the timestamp is message.timestamp, message.timestamp. And we save it like so. Yeah, basically that. We create the method that when you click on the chat like this, if you click, it opens the messaging page, right? So for that, we would come down here and we're going to call it open chat. And let's leave this open because we're going to have to create that page in a bit. We could call it open chat. It takes in nothing as an async method, and we're going to get the current user first. It's going to be of type user, current user, and we are going to await the message repository, and we're going to get the get user details, like so. And we're going to, for the user ID, we're going to reach up and say widget dot user ID, like so. So basically we're going to do this, and let's give ourselves more real estate. We'll come back there in a bit, and we could select this line. We could just press Command D, and instead of current user, we could say selected user, and this is going to await the message repository, get user detail, except now we're going to say widget dot selected user ID, like so. So we get the current user and the selected user, and after that we can have a try catch block, and after that we could have a try catch block, and we called it a page turner. A page turn, not page turner, page turn. And this one takes the page. The page is messaging, and we have not created it, and it's going to take a current user and a selected user. The messaging and the context is going to be okay. So this is going to take a current user, which is going to be of type current user, like so, and a selected user, which is going to be of type selected user. So next thing is to build up this page, this messaging page, right? And we could put a semicolon here, and then we'll come back to finish our it's basically finished. We'll come back to finish our method. If you can remember, the page turn is what we use to move from page to page, right? We created that widget. I think it's somewhere. I thought it was called page turner. Yeah, you just navigated with push and it goes to material page next route, and because of that it gives you this back button, because you're using the material page route. So let's go there, and no, let's create the page. And where are the pages? Okay, we could come here and we could say, right click and say new that file. We call it messaging, like, ooh, file already exists. Okay, okay, we already created messaging. I don't remember us creating it, but okay, fine. Clearly this series of videos have gone on for so long that I'm forgetting what we have already done. Basically this takes in the current user and the selected user. Yeah, I'm guessing. Yeah, it does that. And yeah, it actually does that. So we could go back to our chat and wait. And what we need to do here is import it. Yeah, okay, import it and it's fine. Okay, let's continue. Basically, let me say a few words about messaging. Messaging is going to be a stateful widget because it has a text editing controller, right? And we need to dispose of it. So let's go back to our chat, and we're going, if you have try, you obviously have to have catch, right? So after the context, we're going to come under here and we're going to say catch. That's why the try has a squiggly thing under it, and we're going to take the E and the error, and we're going to print, let me just minimize this, and we're going to print the e.toString, like so. Yeah, and we'll continue from there. Let's continue, and after that we're going to come down here and say delete, create another method. This one is called delete chat. It's going to take nothing and no parameters, and it's going to be an async because it's going to wait on our message repository. So we will await our message repository, and we are going to delete the chat, and delete chat takes current user ID and selected user ID as named parameters. So current user ID is going to, we're going to reach up to find out who is the current user. Dot current user equal widget dot user ID, comma, and the selected user ID we're going to similarly reach up, and it's going to be the selected user ID, like so, and we put a semicolon there because this is dot, and like so. And after that we now continue with building. We'll now start working under the build context. Continue, And first things first, we are going to get the size so that we can calculate the various widgets. And for that, we could come here and we say size. It's going to be size, and this is going to be the media query dot of context. I think I've done this a billion times, so in this tutorial, so I'm sure you know what comes next. We could say the size like so. Like so, and we are going to return a future builder. So we could say return future builder like so, and the future in question is going, a future builder takes a future in the builder, and the future in question is going to be get user detail, and the builder is going to take the context and the snapshot. So we could say context comma snap like so. Or we could just say snapshot like so, and come here, and we can work from here, and we can check first if there is no data, and we could say if snap has data. If this is not true, if dot snapshot, not snap, snapshot has data like so. If this is essentially not true, we just return an empty container. We can return a container like so, just an empty container, or we could put a text in it. Okay, let's just return an empty container. Else that is if there is something in the snap, we could say of type chat, and this is going to be snapshot dot data like so, and we're going to return a gesture detector, and the on tap is going to be, the on tap is just going to return the open chat. So we're going to say on tap like so. It's going to be asynchronous, right? And here we're just going to await. Oh, I haven't marked it as asynchronous, so we could say async like so, and it's going to await the open chat like so. And as you know, the open chat takes in the user, the current user, selected user, and then goes to the messaging page. Basically this. Let me do it here. Just basically that. That's what is going to happen if we tap on it, right? That's the gesture detector. And next, we want to make sure that when you long press it, it deletes, right? It shows you a dialog and then deletes. That's what we're going to do next. Continue with where we were. First, we're going to have on long press. On long press is going to take. On long press is just going. It's about deletion. So when we press there, we're going to. Do you want to delete this chat? But we'll make this blue and this red, right? Right. I think that's the change we can make. It looks a bit dull if you ask me. But anyway. It does the job, and if you hit it, it deletes it, and if you hit no, it doesn't delete it, it keeps it. So here we're going to show the dialog. We're going to show dialog like so, and the context is going to be, we're just going to pass in the context so it can know where it is, and afterwards we're going to come down here and give it a semicolon, come down here, give it a bit more space like this. Come down here, and we could give ourselves a bit more space here, a bit more real estate to work on, and we're going to have a builder, and the builder is going to take a context of type build context, which is going to be context like so. Builder is going to be type build context, and this is going to be, we're going to return an alert dialog like so, and here we're going to have a content and this is going to be wrap, like wrap, sorry, it's a wrap. And of course the children are going to be text. We could have a text here. We could make it a bit bolder. We could say, do you want to delete this chat? And the style is going to be text style, like so, and the font weight is going to be font weight dot bold, like so, right? And then we're going to put another comma, and the next child is going to be, wait, no, I didn't long press it, yes. And then the warning is going to, we could just copy it like so and change the text, right? Or should they be different? I think this one should be less prominent, so you could put this in italics or something slightly different, or W600 semi-bold. And this can be W600, which is sort of semi-bold, like so, right? And yeah, let's make it semi-bold, like so. We'll change it if we don't like it. So we come down to the end of the wrap, like so, and afterwards we have actions, still in the alert dialog, of course. We could have actions, and this is going to have widgets, and the widget is going to be a flat button, and on pressed you're going to have navigator dot of context pop. So basically when we hit the button, it's just going to remove the dialog, the alert dialog from the front of the screen. Just make it, pop it off the stack, essentially. If you've worked with React Native and you've used the what's it called, the navigator, there's a lot of talk of popping off the context, right? Yeah, since Flutter solves all those problems, you don't go into a deep discussion on how most mobile phones handle navigation. It's something to look at, especially in, I think they should coalesce towards one general idea. They pop it off stacks, but they have such different terminologies. In iOS, you use seg, and in Android, you use move to another activity. Well, basically, it's a bit of a muddle. So we pop it off the stack. That's what this is. Let's get back to work and complete this. We could say child text is going to be, first argument is normally a string in a text widget. No, the style is going to be text style. The color is going to be color. We said the no will be blue, so we could say colors dot blue, like so. And yeah, basically that. Just save it, and after that we're going to have another flat button. So we come to the end of this text and the end of this flat button, and we come here and we get another flat button. So basically we could just copy this, recycle code, save the environment. We could come here and we could say this is not navigator dot pop. First we are going to, this is going to be asynchronous, right? Because it's going to wait on you to do something, right? So first, before we pop it off, we want to await delete chat. So we first run delete chat. After we delete the chat, we pop it off the stack, right? And the child is going to be not no. We're going to say yes, and the text style is going to be colors dot red. So that's basically our alert dialog. That's our alert dialog. And we can continue from there. Let us continue. and we can come to the end of the alert dialog. Like so, let's put a semicolon in the gesture detector, like so. And we can come to the end of the alert dialog and still within the gesture detector, like so. And we're going to have a child, and the child is going to be padding, and we are going to have edge inserts.all, edge padding, which is going to be edge inserts.all, and the edge inserts.all, we're going to have the size dot height, and we're going to multiply it by 0.02, so we could say 0.02, like so. And after that, we're going to have the padding is going to have a child, and this is going to be a container, like so. And we can drag this down a bit, and the container is going to have a width. It's going to take up all the width, so we can say size dot width, like so. And it's going to have a bit of decoration. We could say decoration, and we're going to say box decoration, and this is going to be, we're going to give it a border radius, a circular border radius. We could say border radius dot circular, like so. And this is going to be size dot height, and we're going to multiply it by 0.02, like so. And we can put a comma here to make that formatter help us. And we're going to have a child in the container. We're going to have a child, and the child is going to be a row, and the row is going to have a cross axis and a main axis alignment. So we could say the cross axis alignment, which is cross axis alignment is the opposite of what the, like a row is horizontal, so the cross axis alignment is vertical, right? So the cross axis alignment is going to be cross axis alignment dot center, like so. And we are going to have a main axis alignment that is across horizontally, and that is going to be space between. We're going to want as much space, put them at the edges kabisa. Sorry, I'm speaking in Swahili. Put them at the edges completely. Yeah. Let's keep it in English. Main axis alignment, we could say space between, like so. And here we could come to children, and this is going to be another row, like so. And the row is going to have a children, and this row, let's just click out of this, and it's going to have the circle here. So we're going to say clip oval, clip, let me just spell it correctly, clip oval, like so. And we're going to have a child here of a container, like so. And this is going to have a height. The height is going to be size dot height times 0.06, size dot height, and we're going to multiply it by 0.06, like so. And we're going to have a width, and the width is going to be size dot width, like so, and we multiply it by 0.06, like so. And we are going to have a child. The child is going to be the photo widget that we built several videos back, and the photo link is going to be the user.photo, like so, right? And we're going to come to the end of the clip oval, and we're going to put a comma still in the row. I believe it's a row. Yeah, it's a row. So in the row, and we're going to have a sized box. We're going to have a sized box to give us a bit of space in between, and the sized box is going to have a height. The sized box is going to have a width, rather, not a height. A width of size dot width, and we're going to multiply it by 0.02, like so. And we're going to come underneath it and put in place a column, like so. And the column is going to have a cross-axis alignment, which means that will be orientated cross-axis alignment horizontally. So you could say cross-axis alignment is going to be cross-axis alignment dot start, like so, and we're going to come here and say children and come to a widget, and we're going to have a text with the name text, and the text is going to have, the first argument is going to be a string of user.name, like so, and after that we're going to give it a bit of styling. We could say style. The style is going to be text style, like so, and the text style is going to have a font size. We could say the font size is going to be size dot height, and we're going to multiply it by 0.03. We're going to multiply it by 0.03, like so, and we're going to come to the bottom of the text. Sorry, this thing is really getting in. If you could disable it, it would be nice. It's too helpful. And here we're going to check if the chat message is, if there had been a message. So you could say chat dot last message is not equal to null, and we're going to have a ternary, like so. So we're going to have a text, like so, text, and we're going to have chat dot last message, and we're going to give it an overflow so I can trim it, overflow, and this is going to be text overflow dot fade, text overflow dot, we could put either ellipsis so that it can have dots, but we'll have just fade, like so, and we could have what's it called, we could have style. The style is going to be text style, like so, and we could give it a color of gray. Color is going to be colors dot gray, like so, and we're going to come to the bottom of text, and of course, because this is a ternary, right, we're going to put in a semicolon, like so, and if the chat dot last message photo, like if there is no photo, the last message is not a photo, equals null, we are going to have another ternary. We could say text, that is if it's empty, that means it's empty, right? We could say the chat room available, and after that we are going to have a row, and the row is going to have children, and the children are going to have icons. We could say icon, like so, and it's going to have an icon of a photo, as you can see, the last image of the photo. So you could say icons dot photo, like so, icons dot photo, and it's going to be gray, so we could say color is colors dot gray, like so, and the size is going to, it's going to be teeny tiny, it's going to be size dot height, and we're going to multiply it by 0.02, like so, and we're going to put another comma here, and we're going to have text, and this is going to be the word photo next to it that you can see on the screen, photo, and the style is going to be text, where is text, let's just type as text style, like so, and we're going to give it a teeny tiny font, so we could say font size is going to be font size size, wait, font size is going to be, oh sorry, it's supposed to be a number, so we could say size dot height. I was thinking font weight. Size dot height, and we multiply it by 0.015, and after that we can just copy this colors dot gray. It's going to be gray in color. So you could hit the copy, come down here and paste it like so and say colors dot gray. So yeah, so basically that, and we could save this, and we can come to the end of the so we come down here to after our text. Where does our text end? After our text, you can put a comma, come to the end of widget, come to the end of the row, and go to the end of the column, put another comma, and come to the widget, and then come to the end of the row, like so. Okay, like that, and we continue from there. The final part is we are going to come to the row. Before, let's count from the gesture detector at the bottom. So there's a padding, there's a container, there's a row, and then in between these two rows, still, yeah, you could come here and basically in this other row, we could come here and we could say we're going to put the timestamp, right? So we are going to check if the timestamp is null, and we could say chat dot timestamp and is not equal to null. And I was thinking of a way to put in like the date so that it doesn't say, like this could be 8 o'clock yesterday, right? But then I thought that you would have to, I can't think of a way of doing it without using the Intel, the international INTL package, and I was thinking that we have done enough packages, so let's just leave it at time. If you want to import to add on to the project, add Intel to the pub spec, the YAML, and you can convert this into the day, maybe say Saturday, Sunday, or something like that. But it's just going to leave the date, right? Because I checked all the options here and I can't seem to turn it into, I wanted it to say like 2016, or we could add the month and the date, although that feels a bit weird. Okay, yeah, however you want to sort it out, right? So I didn't want to include the Intel package, so we could check if the chat start, and after that we can have why is it complaining? List of type widget. Okay, we could say text here. It seems to be complaining. I'm not sure why. Okay, let me just figure it out. Because oh, equals null, like so. Yes, I had forgot to. Is not equal to null if there's something in there. So you could say chat dot timestamp dot to date, and we're going to get hour, and we are going to get to string, like so, and we're going to concatenate it. This is blocking my view, and we are going to concatenate it with the with this to button, this colon. It's called a colon, right? Yeah, it's called a colon. And after that, we're going to put in concatenate it with chat. So basically, we have taken the 20 from the hour. In this case, if you look at this line, we've taken the 20. We're putting a semicolon, and then we're going to say chat dot timestamp, and we're going to say dot to date dot minute. What's it? Dot minute. It's minute, right? Dot minute, and we're going to convert it into, of course, this has to be a string. Remember, it's a text. Dot to string. So basically, what this is going to do is we're going to have the 20 here from the hour, and from the minute you can get the 16. And if, remember, this is a, what's it called? This is a ternary expression. So it expects us to come here and do this so that we can give the other, if the condition fails, it will return text, a text like so, and this is going to be widget dot creation time. We reach upstairs and we go to the widget dot creation time, and we say to date like so, and we say hour, and since this is we convert it into a string, right? Because this is a text, right? It requires us to pass over a string, and after that we give in the semicolon like so. Wait, how do I space the semicolon? I gave it a bit of space in between. It shouldn't have space, or the numbers will look a bit odd. Let's remove the space in between the colon like so, and after that we concatenate it with the widget dot creation time, and the creation time is going to take to date like so, and the to date is going to take minute, and the minute is going to, we need to convert it into a string, right? Let me just get rid of this thing, and it's getting annoying, and we could save. And with that done, I would say that our chat widget is done, and now we can safely embed it in the page, right? And so let us continue in the next video. I think we have covered what we set out to do. We set out to build the chat widget, and we have done that, and now we can move from there. As always, like the video, leave a comment or question in the comment section, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and start the repository on GitHub, and we will continue with the app. We're getting very close to the end, and so let's continue. Have a good day.